The following is a transcript between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I Am, originally produced on November 5th, 2020, under the constellation of Scorpio in the mental week, examining through the heart chakra. Me. I am you, and you are me. It is time to make a decision. Will you have the courage to position yourself in the center, or will you continue with the fear of swinging between light and shadow? The only possible place for you is the center. There is no other option. Those of us who live in the shadows, in the dark, are your brothers, and we are at your service because you recognize us as such. Those of us who live in the light are your brothers because you recognize us and open the doors of your world for us. In you, we find unity, and in you, there is no fight between us. We are at your service because you are me and I am you. It is time for those who listen to you carefully to know if they are moved by fear or love, if they are limited or dual or infinite and united. The shadow is the only one capable of unmasking the false light and the false love and the hypocrisy of the enlightened. The darkness is the only one that confronts you with the truth that lies within you, because that is where your truths, your fears, your anxieties, your anger, your inner war come out. There we discover if you have enemies, and we will gladly give them to you. Well, it's your wish. There your deepest and most twisted desires are hidden. Those of the shadows see what you do when you are alone in the dark with your Merkaba inner world. If you deny what is inside of you, you will leave us no choice but to rip it out our own way and to make it clear to you. We are your enemies only if you deny your truth. You created us, and therefore we created you. Denying yourself will not drive us away. It will make us eternal. So it is time for you to decide, for this path is a path to the center of all things. And if you are not yet willing to unite them in your heart, maybe it's time for you to go your own way and let us work in peace. Matias, you leave your person now. Whoever refers to you as the one that they follow will be lost. It is time to be just me, and the others will have to recognize it as such. It does not matter if you don't think that you have the ability to do it. We don't believe you. We know who you are. How do we know who they really are? Nobody can hide anything in the shadows, and for this reason, we are your best guides to find the reality you are looking for. It was our idea to make you disappear from the networks this month, because only in this way would those who followed the I Am, and not the person who communicates it, remain on the path. You must be everyone. You can no longer be an individual. There are no longer blacks and whites. There are no warriors of shadows and warriors of light. Here, you are the gray, the core between the black and white. And to become the gray man, like many and many are to become, you must stop hanging around in doubt, and you must immerse yourself, face yourself in the mirror of truth, where you stop being who you think you are to be. There you will be able to be everything. There you will be the musician who awakens the magic in each heartbeat. I am. Do you understand? Me. I'm working on it. Many beings spoke to me at the same time today in the pyramid, and I feel like everything is getting too intense. I am feeling them walking around me like brothers, beings of lights, guides, demons, everyone advising me, walking next to me. Their voices are friendly. They are all expressed security and help. There is none that is against me, and I look at them and I honor them. And sometimes the things that they tell me make me nervous because they seem too big, as if they expect many things from me that I still do not see myself capable of. The capacity is there. The flower does not consider whether it will be able to bloom. The flower simply blooms. For your potential is within. Everyone's message is clear. Many people follow you, but many do it because you are Matias, not because you are YOSOY. I am. That's why they had to remove your person from the focus. Me. Make my Instagram disappear. The serpent ate it, Turkey, and with it, the earthquakes that started an engine in the world, announcing that the earth is aligned. In other words, my personality was engulfed by the inevitable collective and planetary process. I am. To reboot into I am, you must stop saying I am. Many of the thousands who followed in your footsteps followed you and their personal expectations. Many continue to fight for the light against the shadows. They continue to believe that winning the darkness is overcoming it by eliminating duality, as if the light were exempt from it. It is time for those who fear the dark to step aside until such time that the fear does not interfere. For magic will be possible only from the freedom of condition and direction. Magic only arises from the power that unites all forces. Me. One of the beings told me, you must become the magician. What does that mean? I am. Maghush in the Persian tradition, one who is able. From the Indo-European, mag means capacity. The magicians were capable of using the matter, the density, the elements, the shadows, being fully aware of the light, of the divinity in all things, of the essence that unites everything as one. The magician is an alchemist, and through chemistry towards the unthinkable. He was the one who made the invisible visible, and the one who understood the laws of the universe. Magic is not doing tricks that amazes others. Real magic is awakening the awareness that we are all capable of doing anything. The power of creation lies in each individual, and the capacity for manifestation, expression, transcendence, and divinity that sleeps in you can awaken in your life. But to be a creator, there is no need to be afraid. It is essential that the magician transcend the fear of the fire that burns to know that it illuminates. It is essential to understand that the water that drowns is actually the rain that gives life, that the wind that destroys trees and houses is the same air that you breathe. Understand that the land that hurts and makes you suffer with its weight is the same one that gives food and home. A magician sees the potential of the shadows and light alike, understanding that there is no good or bad, that there are no demons or angels, that the war that many fight is absurd and cyclical, since there will never be a win in the battle from duality. The magician finds the truth in the essence of things. Are you able? Me. I feel capable. I know I can do anything. My pathological soul is the one that, sometimes fearful, tries to use the personality so as to not frighten or confuse the students who listen. It is true that I fear changing so much sometimes that they do not recognize me, or that they think that something went to my head, and the idea of that distances me from others. I am. Nothing that goes to the center distances you from others, but rather puts you equidistant from everyone. The more to the center you are, the magic will arise with presentation. That is, your abilities, and in the reflection, you will invite others to turn on this ability. Those who go to the center will find its magic. The heart of the system is unconditionality. When there is fear and prejudice, the condition coexists. When you see a dark demon extending its hand to you from the shadows, and instead of shining and giving it to him, you deny it by considering him an enemy, you do nothing but nurture the duality that will transport you to the incessant void. Not reaching out to a drowning killer naturally makes you a killer. And the cycle continues. In the heart, there is no condition, only love, pulse, because justice comes in the act that we perform, not in the ideas that we impose. Capable comes from the Latin capax, from the verb capere, which means grab, take, catch, collect. Being capable, then, is someone who has the ability and predisposition to take everyone's hand, to grab everything that is out there, to collect all the fruits, all the tools, without judging them. Magic, then, lies precisely in the ability to collect what the world gives you to create something new. Are you able? Me. Yes, I will be. I am. Magic runs through my veins. I always thought that magic was what made me channel and cause the rains and the situations that many have seen as magical in my encounters path in my daily life. But I understand that the magic was never rooted in the supernatural force, that Merlin did not prepare me to use a magic wand or a book of spells with crystals and medallions, with capes and a staff. Now I understand that magic lives in each one of us, and the magicians only come to remind us of it. His words resonate with me. Remember, remember, remember. We are all capable. Magic does not exist. Living is magic. I am. When you close your eyes and you see all that you can do, you will ask yourself, how did I achieve it? Well, as we said yesterday, for a seed to germinate, it needs the same land that oppresses it. Light and darkness, the subtle and the dense, are what make a tree blossom, bear fruits, and expand new seeds. Me. The magical arts involve using the tools of shadow to create light. We are at your service if you see us as your brothers, said the Dark One. Dare to look me in the eyes and honor me by showing you your conflicts, and I will give you the solution. But if you see me as your enemy, I will not hesitate to take you to the place that you had given me. His sentences are coherent, but they do not hide anything. The shadows contain the tools. What the musicians call chemistry, subconscious, ceremony, ritual, and spell. And their result was clarity, healing, vision, light, resolution. I am. The magic is the only possible beyond judgments, and therefore it is awakened in the heart, which pulsates from unifying everything from and in the center. Me. All humans are amazed by magic. They all love the stories of wizards and witches being capable of doing incredible things, but at the same time, they all fear them. I am. The culture has made them fear them, because it is easier to control a few wizards than 1,000 awakening all over the world. Millions of magicians, capable individuals, would create a new humanity. Me. But to awaken the magic, I am, you must love unconditionally from your I am. Me. That's why they invite us to face our own shadows in the mirrors of darkness. Embrace your own demons. If the demons are creative entities of matter, having the fullness and clarity of them will allow me to create realities. I am. So you discover where your power has been taken from you comes from, moving them away from the shadows, from matter, making them fear the interior of the world, calling it hell. They have made sure that you never look inside yourself, where your own demons reside, thus never discovering your own power. Me, who did this? I am. Ancient social and religious policies faced with the need to impose an empire and appease and eradicate an inner power of the individual in order to eliminate their ability to create, calling them sorcerers and witches, heretics, those who did. Me, and from the unity vision, what is this purpose? I am. If we go to the essence, it was simply the social fear of chaos that empowered a few out of fear and bewilderment. It was not oppression, it was delegation of power, like hiring a guard while you sleep. The guard, in his eagerness not to lose the job you have given him, will do everything possible to keep you sleeping. But at first, it was you who needed someone to take care of you in the state of weakness. All humanity became weak and doubtful, giving power to religions and governments. Thus, his strategy was to eradicate internal power, and the creative forces of existence have strange, animistic, vegetable, psychedelic forms, all forms of the subconscious that binds us to the history of Earth. What they did was disconnect everyone from that land, calling it hell. Me. So this is why historically we're afraid to close our eyes, to talk about darkness, about demons, because of the cultural mandate. I am. You must transcend culture to find the essence. The magic that lives in you is the ability to create. But if you fight against the neutral forces of creation as if they were your enemies, you will never be able to create anything. So don't be a hypocrite and stop thinking that you have come to this earth to be a warrior of light. It is your time to take charge of the truth. We're all one. Take responsibility. Stop talking about whites and blacks. Me. I am a gray man. This reminds me of Gandalf the Grey. In the mythology of the Lord of the Rings, the wizards have different ranks according to their colors. The white wizard Saruman appears to be from an already enlightened order of wizards, but he, nonetheless, is the one who sold his soul to the Dark Lord. I am. Simple, because opposites attract. Whoever gets very close to the light realizes that the sun burns and destroys. Me. The word gray is related to short, being big-headed aliens who say that they are bad for humanity. I am. So you consider all black people to be thieves and rapists? Me. Of course not. I am. So why attribute evil to a color? It's called spiritual racism. Grays are called gray because they are people who see them with their skin colors. A gray man or woman has nothing to do with short aliens. It has more to do with Gandalf, a wizard who lives between two worlds, between the worlds of dwarves and hobbits, knowing the power of shadows and collaborating side by side with creatures of the Middle Lands with a purpose of fullness and consciousness, of freedom and love. It's balance. Me. Being a gray wizard, then, is being able to manifest in balance. I am. Welcome to the shadows. Welcome to the light. Both pulse and impulse of the beat of your heart, the only place where you can awaken true magic. Me. I wish to become a gray wizard, for I am. Another question about magic. There are people who have told me that I am part of the cabal. What does that mean? I am. Maybe you'll know him by the name if I say it this way. Kabbalah. Ah, Kabbalah, the mystical and esoteric study of the Hebrew Torah. I am. When Moses received God's message on Mount Sinai, he transmitted their truth orally. It was said that the truth could only be spoken since God created through the Word. Thus, Kabbalah, which means to receive in Hebrew, would be the way to transmit wisdom, and the Torah, written knowledge. The mystical scholars used to understand that all life is a word of the divine, and that this could be seen in plants, animals, stones, all truth of God. This was against the Jewish and Christian traditions, so the Kabbalists had to hide, becoming a secret society. Persecuted for centuries, the Hebrew traditions were taken as political plots in which anti-Christians, mystics, worship the devil in the form of animals and plants, trying to bring down governments to control the world. It amazes me that instead of researching history, people jump to criticize others with words that are not insults, but basically saying cabal as an insult is almost openly calling themselves anti-Semites. You have to immerse yourself in your shadow to see your story, and many are very comfortable creating enemies so as not to take responsibility for their own hardships. Well, now I know that when they tell me that I am part of the cabal, that I will be able to say, yes, of course, because it is no longer necessary to hide the love for creation and the philosophy of the manifestation of the I am. I am the magician. I am the magic. I am the ability to be what I am. And my word is creation. I am abracadabra. I am the creator as long as I speak.